Okay, we're back at the latest chapter of the Tamiya versus Monogram Miami Vice Ferrari Testarossa Challenge. We're going to be taking a look at the almost completed cars and see what the differences are. Okay, here we have the two cars. The Tamiya is almost done. The Monogram still needs a bit of work. I figure we'll take a look at the two bodies and see which one more closely resembles the real car. Right off the bat, you can see that the proportions on the monogram, just something seems to be a little off about them. The car looks a little taller and chunkier than the actual Ferrari Testarossa. Meanwhile, when you look at the Tamiya, it's got the seems to have the proportions down perfectly. It's low, it's wide. It just seems to have the perfect proportions to the Ferrari Testarossa. Now, while the monogram does seem to be a little taller than it should be, the whole car overall just seems to be a larger scale than the Tamiya. If you look at them, it looks more as if the Tamiya was a 125th and a monogram a 124th, even though they both claim to be 124th scale. So while the Tamiya actually is closer to the shape of the Testarossa than the monogram, one thing I found is that the actual mating of the bodies to the chassis is actually easier on the monogram than on the Tamiya. It mates much easier to the chassis than the Tamiya did. As with the monogram, I only have to apply one small piece of tape on the front to hold it together for this comparison, while the Tamiya seems to have a little bit of deformation on the chassis, and also the rear deck lid didn't fit flush as there wasn't enough clearance between it and the top of the engine. So I'm hoping the tape will hold it together and massage them into fitting better. If not, a little bit of heat might help that. The monogram again had no problem going together. The rear deck lid fits perfectly. So there we have it. Monogram fits better. Tamiya looks